Hi, it's Richard with DFW Crown Molding Co. and today I want to make a video showing you how to glaze. Glazing is a technique that highlights the architectural detail in the moldings here, and you could use this on cabinetry, crown molding, anything that has a lot of grooves that's going to pick up the glaze. One thing about the glazing technique is that it's, like I said, it highlights the details of the molding so you see all the profile of the particular piece, and also it makes it look kind of antique or weathered. So this video I'm going to show you how we achieve this technique here, and it's really easy. All you're going to need is a bucket of water. This is just a 2 gallon of water. You're going to need clean rags, and you're going to need quite a bit of clean rags. So also you're going to need the glaze. The glaze we're using today is Sherwin-Williams Faux Impressions glaze, and this is a clear glaze that we had tinted to a color called sable, and this is a latex glaze. So pretty much all you do, the technique is that you take your brush. We use a little 2-inch cut-in brush, and we just dip it in the glaze, of course, and then you want to put the glaze into the crevices and cracks of the molding. You want to get every angle of detail that molding has to offer, because you're trying to highlight what that molding has to offer and make it pop off the wall. So after you put it in, I'm not going to do it here because I don't want to mess it up. We have this how we want it. After you put it in, you're going to take your rag, your wet rag, and you're gonna get it moist, and then you're gonna hold your hand and your finger at an angle, so where you wipe off the excess, and you're gonna wipe off all the excess. I will show you how to do it. I'm not gonna do it here, but we have one more piece upstairs that has no glaze on it, so we'll go up there and show you how we do it. This churro, as you can see, just has a fresh coat of paint on it, and it's ready for glaze. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna highlight all these lines with glaze. I'm not going to put it over the whole piece. You could do that if you wanted a heavy glaze, but we don't really want a heavy glaze. Just like that. Boom. Just like that. You're going to put it in all the lines. Highlight the lines. And just like that on the churro. Actually, I'll get this one down here too. You want to make sure when you load up the glaze that it really gets in there, because what you wipe off, or what's left behind, is gonna be what highlights all the trim. So I got my glaze in all the areas that I want. What I do is I take this wet rag and I pull it over my finger like this, pulling pressure on the rag, where I leave a gap in between my finger and the wood where I'm gonna wipe it. So I'm gonna do it like this. Just like that. And you can see just from that, I'm gonna clean it up more, but how it just defines that piece of molding right there. I'm gonna clean that up like that, and then just like this. Same thing. That's a straight line, that's how you wanna do your glaze. Same thing with this line. The thing about this is, when you're doing it on moldings or any kind of piece of woodwork, you gotta find an angle that's comfortable for you, that's gonna leave glaze behind. I'll show you this line right here. Yep. Just like that. You can see how these lines are defined and they're clean. Working with this glaze, you got to kind of work quick, because it will dry on you, and then it's hard to clean up. It will come off, but you got to really wipe it hard. Just like that. And that, and then I gotta get this line here. Removing the excess. All the excess I like to remove. I don't want it to be heavy textured. But if that's the look you're going for, then by all means, leave it on there heavy. Work in sections. Like you see me working this panel right here. I'm not gonna put glaze everywhere and then try to hit it all, because I'm not gonna be fast enough with the rag to do that. But that's pretty much it for the glazing technique. As you can see, we already did the chair rail and the base. So the chair rail and the base are done. You can see in contrast how this chair rail pops out at you more because it's highlighted by the glaze, whereas this just kind of all blends and gets lost because it's all white. One thing I will say, when you're doing glaze, it's gonna feel kind of weird, at least for me, because we spent all this time painting and taping off and priming and spraying, and then right now we're gonna smear brown all over it. It's gonna feel really weird, at least to me it always does. But that's one thing you'll have to get over when you're glazing. You're gonna smear it on there. It's gonna look kind of weird at first, but the technique is really in wiping it off. If you can get good at finding that angle with your finger and the rag, that's where it's gonna make this pop out. As far as the finishing of this, we're gonna spray a polyurethane on it, fast drying clear satin, and we're just gonna spray that lightly over this. But really with the glaze, it's gonna be trial and error. It's not really something you can learn from a video. You're gonna have to get your hands dirty and get it and try it on a sample piece and just figure it out. So what I'm gonna do is just hold this, just this piece of sandpaper. You can take anything just so it doesn't get on the wall. And I'm just gonna spray it just like if I was spraying the project again with paint. Just like that. That's the final product right there.